4 months ago, I started to do something very strange. I started to talk to myself in the mirror every single day. And what I discovered was one of the most powerful tools I've used in my self-love journey. So this video is on what is mirror work, the insights I found from doing it every single day, and how you can apply this to your life. Mirror work is exactly what it sounds like. It's going into the mirror and speaking to yourself. And the whole premise is that you speak loving, kind words to yourself in the mirror. And it sounds so simple, but it is actually an incredibly profound, deep, emotional experience, because a lot of us look at ourselves in the mirror, but we do not see ourselves in the mirror. And the difference is hard to articulate. To look at yourself in the mirror, which is what I did every single day for years and years and years, is to look at yourself, look at your imperfections, look at your flaws, look at your insecurities, look at what's uneven or textured or needs to be fixed or pruned. But to see yourself is to see you, to see your soul, to see the essence of who you are. It is to go and bypass the physical and see the being that is holding this body. It is like seeing yourself is looking past what you see in the mirror, and it's really sitting with who you are and not what you look like. And that is hard to articulate, but it's just so, so powerful. Mirror work often comes with saying positive things to yourself, like, I love myself, I accept myself, I'm worthy and deserving, like statements like that. But the whole thing isn't to push positivity into yourself. It's actually an avenue to connect with yourself more deeply. And I remember the first time that I did it, I cried. And I think why I cried so much is because you realize when you look at yourself or see yourself for the first time in the mirror, you realize like how much and how many moments you spent in your life just analyzing and criticizing yourself in the mirror and like looking at yourself. And it was like, it evoked such a profound emotion because I felt the grief of like how much and how many years I spent criticizing myself in the mirror. And to finally see yourself and just like see you for who you are and not what you look like was like deeply, deeply emotional. And I think I still like when I sit with myself for a very long time in the mirror, the emotions are still evoked, and it's half of it is like immense compassion and half of it is like, I'm so sorry for being so mean to you for so long. In the 4 months, I did this mirror work challenge, and this is by Louise Hay, who is the pioneer of self-love. And the irony is that this is a 21-day like project or challenge, and it took me 4 months to do. And at first, like, I was like, dang, like, why is this taking you so long to do? But at the same time, what she's asking you to do is go into the crevices of your soul, your childhood, your heart, and really sit with yourself. And so that's why it took me so long to do. Because it's not, it's work, you know, like it's not like this leisurely fun thing. Some of it can be fun, but really it's exploring why you are the way you are. How can you be kinder to yourself? And it is a labor of love to do this. And what I found, and the biggest takeaway, was like the deep, deep, deep grooves I have in my patterns of how I look at myself in the mirror. I inspect myself when I look in the mirror. If I'm being 100% honest, like I'll look to see what is right and what is wrong more often than not what is wrong. And it is like such a paradigm shift to, instead of look at what is wrong with yourself in the mirror, to actually say, I love you. And it's so crazy because I am with someone and I am always like pouring love to him and I'm always saying like, mi amorcito. And now I can finally say that back to myself in the mirror. And it's so crazy how you can pour so much love into someone, but when you look at yourself in the mirror and look at yourself in the eyes, can you pour that same love into that person? Can you pour that same love into yourself? Can you see yourself with the loving eyes that you would a partner? And so that was something really profound. Another thing that was really profound was in this book, she also asks you to connect with your inner child. And so you are like looking at photos of your inner child, you're talking to your inner child, you're imagining yourself talking to your inner child in the mirror. And that is really profound. And what I found was that I kind of shifted. I've always seen self-love as like a way of parenting yourself, but this practice just doubled down on that. I feel more connected to my inner child and I feel more protective of her. And so I find myself like saying no to things. I find myself like speaking up for myself. I find myself doing things that before the mirror work I probably wouldn't have done. I think this mirror work has made me more like sure of myself and more firm in who I am and what I want. And yet also it has also made me hyper aware of how critical I am of myself. And so I don't want to sell this as like this is going to heal your life and you're going to love yourself so much. Like, no, this is just a clear depiction of where your mind, your heart, and your inner dialogue is. This made me hyper aware of how I talk to myself, how I treat myself, and how loud my inner critic is when I am not meeting my standards. If you are interested in trying mirror work, I would say start simple, start small, and start by just looking at yourself in the mirror. Not looking at your face, but looking at your eyes and just look and sit there for like a minute. And a minute is actually a long time to sit with yourself without distraction and just looking at yourself in the eyes. And I promise you will start crying. Like, I know for sure, unless you got the highest self-esteem and the highest self-worth, you're more likely going to cry because it evokes such like a deep thing. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like seeing yourself truly. And so you probably will cry. And I wouldn't push positive words the first time, even the first couple of times. I would just say, I see you. I honor you. I honor you making this step right now. I appreciate it. I'm grateful for it. Thank you. And I would also say something like, I'm willing to sit with you. I'm willing to learn how to take care of you. I'm willing to learn how to like you. I'm willing to learn how to love you. I'm willing to learn how to treat you better. I'm willing to learn how to take care of you and take better care of you. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry for how I've treated you. And yet still, I lovingly forgive you. And if that is hard or if that feels untrue, you could just say, I'm willing. I'm willing to try. I'm willing to start. I'm willing to figure it out with you and hold your hand in the same moment. So that is my tips for on how to start mirror work. And if it's extremely uncomfortable, know that that is normal. This is not like cake work and something playful. This is actual like deeply emotionally triggering. It can be. And so know that if you cry, it's super normal. Know that if you want to get up and not look in the mirror, that's also super normal. This is not, it's called work for a reason. One of my coaches also recommends like if this is like deeply hard for you, you can just give yourself a wink and it makes it more playful. Not all work has to be really deep and emotional and hard and like laborsome. It can be also playful if you want. So you could start with a little wink, and that is just like, I see you, I love you, without saying the words. Know that consistency matters more than like intensity, and honesty matters more than perfection. So just looking at yourself and winking every day is better than nothing. And it's not about sitting in the mirror for hours and hours. It's just about at least saying one thing a day that is loving in the mirror and rewiring yourself and your brain and your pattern to be more loving, more compassionate, and teaching yourself that you are actually on your side. If you've never tried mirror work before, I truly, truly recommend it. Sometimes our most profound, powerful tools are as simple as just speaking to ourselves in the mirror. It doesn't have to be these crazy modalities. It doesn't have to be these crazy things that we try. It really can just be as simple as, can you look at yourself in the mirror with love? It's the cheapest, the most powerful, at least to me, and the most simple. So if this video resonated with you, if you try it, please comment. I'd love to know what your experience is like. And if this video resonated with you, please share a like, a comment, or subscribe. I'm growing every day and I'm really excited. And if you want to hear more about the things that I'm doing, the self-love circle I have monthly, you can visit withjoyeileen.com. I'm really excited and I'm sending you so much love, and know that you're so worthy and deserving of all the joy, all the love, as we all are. And I'll be back with more videos on how to love yourself more deeply so that you can actually experience more joy. Bye.